Most people saw the 1974 Austin FX4 as just another taxi. Slow, boxy, and ordinary. But this humble black cab quietly became one of the longest-lasting and most respected vehicles Britain ever produced. While famous British sports cars disappeared, luxury sedans faded away, and entire automakers collapsed under financial pressure, the FX4 somehow survived decade after decade on the unforgiving streets of London. More than 75,000 examples were eventually built, and some remained in service for nearly 40 years. And once you understand why this simple taxi outlasted almost every British car of its era, you begin to realize it was far more than public transportation. It was a rolling symbol of endurance. By 1974, Britain's automotive industry was already entering troubled waters. Factories were struggling with strikes. Quality control was becoming inconsistent. Companies merged, collapsed, and restructured constantly. Cars that once made Britain proud were now gaining reputations for unreliability. Yet through all that chaos, the Austin FX4 kept doing exactly what it had always done, carrying passengers through London from sunrise until long after midnight. And the strange part is that the FX4 survived precisely because it refused to behave like a normal car. When the FX4 first arrived in 1958, it replaced the older FX3 taxi and immediately looked different from almost everything else on British roads. The design was tall instead of sleek, rounded instead of sporty, functional instead of fashionable. Even by the standards of the early 1970s, the FX4 looked old-fashioned. But every unusual feature had been carefully chosen for the brutal realities of London taxi work. Take the turning circle. Most people never think about it, but London taxis had to meet a special legal requirement known as the conditions of fitness. One of those rules demanded that taxis perform an extremely tight turn to navigate the entrance driveway of the famous Savoy Hotel. That single rule shaped the entire design of the FX4. The front wheels could turn sharply enough to maneuver through narrow streets and crowded intersections that would frustrate ordinary cars. And once you know this, you suddenly understand why London cab drivers adored it. The FX4 was designed around the city itself. Imagine driving through packed streets every single day. Buses everywhere. Delivery vans blocking roads. Rain pouring down. Tourists stepping into traffic without looking. In those conditions, a sharp turning radius was not just convenient. It was essential. The FX4 became almost an extension of the driver's body. Experienced cabbies could slip through impossible spaces with astonishing precision. But here is where the story becomes even more interesting. The FX4 was also built around passenger comfort in ways many luxury cars ignored. The tall roof was not there for style. It allowed passengers to enter without bending awkwardly. In the early decades, many London gentlemen still wore hats regularly, and the FX4's roof height made entering easier. Elderly passengers appreciated the upright seating position. Wide-opening rear doors helped people step inside gracefully instead of squeezing themselves into cramped cabins. What most people never realized was that the FX4 was designed almost like public architecture. It was meant to serve everyone. Businessmen, elderly couples, tourists carrying luggage, families with children. Even passengers in wheelchairs would later benefit as the design evolved over time. That practicality created something incredibly rare in the automotive world: trust. People trusted the FX4 because it always seemed prepared for real life. And then there was the durability. This is where the FX4 truly separated itself from many other British cars of the era. Most private cars only needed to survive normal commuting. The FX4 faced punishment few vehicles could tolerate. Some taxis operated nearly 24 hours a day using multiple drivers. Endless stop-and-go traffic tortured the clutch and brakes. Engines idled constantly. Potholes hammered the suspension. Doors slammed shut hundreds of times every week. Yet the FX4 earned a reputation for surviving conditions that destroyed ordinary vehicles. Taxi owners quickly discovered something remarkable. The FX4 was incredibly repairable. Mechanics could reach most components without dismantling half the vehicle. Body panels could be repaired individually. The frame construction was sturdy and straightforward. Instead of complicated engineering tricks, The FX4 focused on accessibility and strength. And that mattered enormously because taxi drivers could not afford downtime. A broken taxi meant lost income. Once you understand that reality, the FX4's simplicity suddenly looks brilliant instead of outdated. While other automakers chased futuristic technology, the FX4 concentrated on staying operational no matter what happened. That philosophy extended directly to the engine choices as well. By 1974, diesel power had become increasingly common in the FX4 lineup. The diesel engine was not exciting. In fact, many passengers probably found it noisy and slow compared to modern cars. But taxi drivers cared about different priorities. They wanted reliability, fuel economy, and longevity. And during the fuel crises of the 1970s, that diesel engine became one of the FX4's greatest strengths. Imagine sitting in London traffic all day while fuel prices surged around the world. Suddenly, thirsty gasoline engines looked impractical. The FX4's diesel setup allowed drivers to keep working affordably during difficult economic times. Some engines accumulated enormous mileage totals that seemed almost unbelievable. Stories spread through London taxi garages about FX4s traveling hundreds of thousands of miles while still remaining dependable. That kind of reputation cannot be created through advertising. It has to be earned one cold morning at a time. But perhaps the most fascinating thing about the FX4 was how little it changed visually over the decades. Most car companies redesign vehicles constantly to chase trends. Sharp edges replace curves. Small grills become giant grills. Fashion changes every few years. Yet the FX4 stayed instantly recognizable from one generation to the next. And surprisingly, that consistency became one of its greatest advantages. Passengers always recognized it immediately. Tourists associated it with London itself. Drivers appreciated that many parts remained compatible across years of production. The FX4 created continuity in a rapidly changing world. You could look at photographs from the 1960s, 1970s, or even the 1980s and still spot the FX4 immediately among the traffic. Very few vehicles achieve that level of visual identity. And here is another surprising truth. The FX4 survived partly because it became bigger than the companies producing it. The British auto industry during the 1970s and 1980s was turbulent. Austin became part of British Leyland. Financial crises shook the industry repeatedly. Factories closed. Brands disappeared. Yet somehow the FX4 kept surviving through company restructures and ownership changes. It was almost as if Britain refused to let the black cab disappear. Car Bodies, the company responsible for building the bodywork, continued developing and updating the taxi even as the broader industry struggled around it. Engines evolved over time. Small improvements appeared gradually, but the core identity of the FX4 remained intact. That stability made the taxi feel dependable not just mechanically, but emotionally. People knew what the FX4 represented, and its cultural influence became enormous. The black cab appeared everywhere. Films, television dramas, tourist postcards, news reports, magazine covers. For millions of people around the world, the FX4 became one of the visual symbols of London alongside Big Ben and red double-decker buses. Once you know this, you realize the FX4 was never just transportation. It became part of Britain's identity. Tourists arriving in London often dreamed of riding in one. Visitors remembered the distinct smell of the cabin, the sound of the diesel engine, and the polite conversation of experienced cab drivers navigating streets with astonishing skill. For many passengers, stepping into an FX4 felt uniquely British in a way few other experiences could replicate. And unlike many classic cars, the FX4 earned admiration through work rather than glamour. It did not win people over with speed records or flashy styling. It earned respect quietly through consistency. Day after day. Year after year. Even today, restored FX4 taxis still appear at classic car gatherings, weddings, and tourist events. And the reaction is always fascinating. People smile instantly when they see one. Not because the FX4 was rare or exotic, but because it feels familiar. Honest. Dependable. It reminds people of an era when machines were built with patience instead of planned obsolescence. An era when vehicles were repaired instead of discarded. And maybe that explains why the FX4 outlasted almost every British car of its time. It stayed focused on purpose while the rest of the industry chased trends. It understood exactly what it needed to be and never tried becoming something else. Sometimes the vehicles that leave the deepest mark on history are not the fastest or most beautiful. They are the ones people quietly rely on every single day. By the time FX4 production finally came to an end in the late 1990s, the taxi had survived for nearly 4 decades in one evolving form or another. Entire automotive empires rose and collapsed during that period. Yet the black cab endured through it all like an old London landmark that nobody could imagine losing. And today, when you see a surviving Austin FX4 rolling slowly through the streets at a car show or vintage event, it feels like more than just an old taxi. It feels like a surviving piece of another world. A world of rainy London evenings, busy train stations, newspaper stands, warm yellow streetlights reflecting on wet pavement. A world where craftsmanship and practicality mattered more than trends. The 1974 Austin FX4 never demanded attention. It earned admiration the old-fashioned way, by simply refusing to quit. Did you ever ride in an Austin FX4 taxi? Or perhaps remember seeing them lined up on London streets years ago? Share your memories in the comments below. And if this legendary black cab brought back memories of classic Britain and another era of motoring, pass this story along to someone who would appreciate it too. And before you go, if stories like this bring back memories of the golden age of motoring, take a moment to support the channel by liking the video and sharing it with another classic car enthusiast who would appreciate these forgotten automotive legends. And if you enjoy documentaries about the cars that shaped entire generations, subscribe and join us for more stories from the greatest era of automobiles.